Gonna have to charge that with some fluid. Watching my dove and serpent with Paul right now, I was just then. And he's got the Eight of Wands, and he's got the Ace of Pentacles, or Four of Pentacles. He's talking about these things together. He's saying all these ideas, all these things we can be doing with the Eight of Wands. But the Four of Pentacles, that's more of a ritual thing. It's guarding some things of itself that it likes. And he's saying how they connect. And the Eight of Wands is being pulled out into the world, and he's going there. But he's going to go there in his own time. I've said for a long time, if I were to worship any god, it would be time. Timing is everything. I'm not going to get into the explanation of that right now, but if you can just live with that, it's a good start to everything, making your life better. Better. And it took me back. Yeah. With Allah, there is no time. You say what? I say, I didn't talk about it on the 14th of August. Oh, a couple days ago, that must have been Friday. That was 36 years since I arrived in Saudi Arabia. August 14th, 1990, we landed in Saudi Arabia, and we're landing there, and we're coming down. I'm like, they're still not giving us any rounds. Found out they weren't giving us any ammo to get off the plane with. And I'm thinking we're coming into a damn combat situation. You're putting me on the ground without ammo? That's a regular thought anyway. But no, that we landed, and it was just a precursor, gearing up, setting up things, logistics. The logistics of the entire operation, whether it's battle or whatever, recon, eating. So it was sometime before we actually went into Iraq. And right from the start of me getting there, we would have to have meetings with their people, the Saudis and stuff. The one colonel we met, he says, if the Shiites give you any trouble, you just tell us and we will crush them. And I was like, I thought that was just in the movies. But so many meetings we had where people would show up hour, 2 hours, 4 hours late. You're sitting there going, what the hell? And they'd show up and you go, you're late. And they'd say, with Allah, there is no time. And you'd sit there and go, how can I argue that if I'm not even sure there's Allah? I'm allowed to think that way because it doesn't matter what I say or do on this planet. If in the book of Allah my name is there, I'm coming up anyway, no matter what I do. It's on the list. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. That's the part people are missing. That's the beauty of that faith. So after hearing this all the time, and you're like, okay. There was one time I was out on some recon, something with Major Temple from, late night, early morning until late morning. And we got back to Champion, Maine, and they'd had a breakfast set up for the troops. And it stopped at like 9 o'clock. They had tables, like bingo tables, full of food, eggs, and all this stuff. And I was like, I was ready to eat. And I walked up and they're closing things up. It was after 9 o'clock. And I'm like, wait a minute. I said, I just got here. I said, feed me. And the guy looks at me and he's, I'm sorry. We shut down at 9 o'clock. And I looked at him and I said, with Allah, there is no time. And he looked at me and he grinned and he says, yes. And he fed me. And I'm like, In the moment, I thought I was just getting him back with the same shit he's given me. But it worked, and we were both happy. And I realized that to him, it wasn't me just needling him and saying, fuck you. Play by your own rules. Practice what you preach. He saw it as one of us zealots or what infidels or whatever. He's more close to being right when he says infidel. And not for me. There are a lot of infidels running around here, 1 and 3 it seems, that are zealots too. That's trouble. He may have seen that I was learning their ways, and that was my reward. But in that sense, I was learning my ways from them, because timing is everything. And timing is a beautiful thing. Pay attention to the time you have, and you'll never be late.